Welcome back, Attorney Steve Vondran here. All right, let's get down to it. We are talking SolidWorks software piracy, okay? So this is a big issue. This is for your 3D CAD design and other software products created by Dassault, the maker of SolidWorks, okay? So I'm going to go over this blog I just wrote, and the reason why I wrote this blog, we're getting a lot of questions lately, and not only questions, but kind of pushback from people that think this is all hokey pokey, and they get a call from a SolidWorks mediator and they think it's all hokey pokey. So I want to just go over what I think are some of the misconceptions, some of the trends in 2022, and 7 key points that you need to know if you're accused of software piracy, as my photo says here. So these are some of the important things, and you can read this blog if you want. You can just go to my website, attorneysteve.com, and it's my most recent blog post. But anyway, I want to just cut to the chase. SolidWorks is getting more aggressive this year, okay? We've been handling these cases for years. Point 1, as you can see here in bold, make no mistake, SolidWorks is, oops, I spelled it wrong. I better change that. SolidWorks does protect its intellectual property. They do have this phone home technology. They can find out if you're pirating their software and how many times you're using it, the different machines you're using it on, how long. Sometimes we'll get a what we call a usage report or infringement report that's 10, 20 uses. Sometimes it's a couple hundred, and so your case can depend on that, your settlement case. So number 1, SolidWorks is in the game. They are enforcing their rights, and so we have handled literally, I think, probably a couple hundred of these cases, okay? So it's quite a few cases, and that's point 1. Point 2, they have a mediator that will contact you. Not always. Sometimes it'll start with a mediator. Sometimes it will start with a letter, what I would call the love letter. This is not so friendly, suggesting infringement and things like that. And so if you get this, first thing I always do, tell people, hang up the phone. Don't talk to people. What are you going to do? You're going to admit everything you did wrong. You're going to say why you were doing it. Oh, you thought it was innocent. Oh, this, oh, that. I would politely hang up. Call us. We offer a free consultation. We kind of know the ins and outs of these over the years. So point 2, lawyer up. You don't have to hire us. You can just get some general information. Most people do end up hiring us because it's a low flat rate fee. It's predictable. We're not running up a bill. We're not doing anything like that. We're just trying to settle your problem, okay? Point 3, we deal with them. There it is, their litigation team at Harness IP. They are very experienced, this law firm. They are an intellectual property firm. And, the lawyer I deal with, very experienced. It's not time to hee-haw. And I don't mean to be self-indulgent there, but, give us a call, talk about what's going on. This is the big point of my blog here, point 4. And you can see here, I've got probably the 10 most common things that I hear as a software defense lawyer, denials and misconceptions that many potential clients and callers seem to have. So I want to go over these if you're interested. If you didn't get a letter dealing with this SolidWorks letter, this video probably won't have much value to you, but it's always good to learn something new, isn't it? 1 misconception, if there's software installed and I didn't do it, it was a third party. Why am I liable? Somebody came into my office, they did it. It was an informant, it was an ex-employee, somebody. Well, look, you guys are your company owners and businesses. You're normally liable for your employees. And you can't just say, well, I didn't know. Why should I be responsible? And contractors, this is another one. People say, oh, I didn't do it. My contractor did it. My contractor did it. Okay, well, I ask people a simple question. Is there software installed on your computers? Yes. Okay, the burden will shift to you to prove you have a legal license. Are you able to do that? No. Okay, well then it's copyright infringement, and the question becomes damages and working out a settlement, and again, hoping they don't sue. They are, from what I am told, they are ramping up litigation. From what I'm seeing, they are ramping up litigation. So it's not really an area to kind of goof around anymore. 2, yes, they will file a lawsuit in the right case. Doesn't mean every case. So some people say, well, I'll just take my chances. Okay, well, you may take your chances. Maybe it'll be nothing. Maybe it'll go away. I can't tell you if it will or it won't. All I know is The companies I deal with, a lot of different companies, Autodesk, Vero, all these big software companies, they treat copyright infringement as a form of theft. Like you're basically stealing their intellectual property, and boxing piracy cases too. They do the same thing, and IPTV cases. So yeah, they will file a lawsuit. It doesn't mean you're immune just because you're feeling like you're just a small business. I get that sometimes. I'm just a small business. I'm a little, and that goes to number 3. Let's just move on there. I'm too small. They're not going to go, why would they want me? I'm just a little guy on the block. Yeah, you are, but it's just like saying, well, somebody went into Best Buy and stole a disc. Would they go after you or leave you alone just because you're an individual? So that's kind of the thinking on these cases. No case is too small. They could go after you. Number 4, I'll just shut down the business. Okay, you can shut down your business, but remember, in copyright infringement cases, there's case law. You could be held personally liable despite the so-called corporate veil. I've got 2 good links there if you want to learn more about personal liability in these cases. Go to attorneysteve.com, get my latest blog. You can find this blog here. And I have a video on corporate veil. So yeah, you can shut it down, may or may not work. I won't go into too much detail on that, but yeah, you could try that. But is it worth it, or would you rather just get legit and sell it? That's a big question. 5, just because you installed the software on one computer and it did a backup. I'll get this one. I did this one in a backup, and my son had one to learn on, and I said, okay, well, that's like 2 infringements, 3. Maybe they'd be okay with your son learning on his own, maybe being a future customer, but they're going to hold you liable for these installs. It's the installation. They say, well, you have 2 installations. And using their phone home technology, their piracy detection software, then they're going to want to hold you liable for these things. So if you don't have any licenses, and you get these letters, you get these calls, I mean, like I said, you can treat it as nothing. You can shred the letter at your own peril. But, a lot of times we're able to get these settled on fair and reasonable terms, okay? Educational licenses, yeah, you can use them while you're in education, but not commercial. You get out, start making money or trying to make money in the big world, yeah, you need to get yourself properly licensed. I did not make any money. This is one of my favorites. I did not make a penny. I say, well, still, you installed their software, you used it, you created some files, this, that, and the other. I did not make money is not a defense to software infringement. Here's another one. I only used it for a while. Again, not a defense to copyright infringement. The less you use it, that may help in our settlement, but it's not a defense per se to infringement. Here's another great one. Everyone pirates is everybody I know 200 people right now using Solidworks as we speak. Everyone's doing it. Again, that's not a defense. Why are they going just after me? Well, they're believe me, they're going down their list. But again, that's not a defense. And finally, number 10. I'll just ignore it and take my chances. As I said, you do take your chances, and you do take a chance of being sued. That lawsuit becomes public. And, if companies are doing due diligence and looking you up before hiring you, you may just show up in the copyright infringement software piracy case. May not look so good. You may lose a deal. Is it worth it, or is it worth getting things settled? Okay. I've got a great link here. Again, go to attorneysteve.com. Check out my latest blog. Here it is. What happens if you don't get your software case settled? Some people say, well, what if it goes to litigation? I wrote all about it here painstakingly. I wrote the whole thing. I'm not going to go to it here, but I wrote a blog to help you understand. So that's it. Point 5. We've been handling a lot of these. I believe their litigation budget, I've got it on good information, that the litigation budget for Dassault is increasing. Cases are being filed. They're taking a more aggressive stance with piracy in 2022. This personally is the trend that I see. I believe it's because there's an increase in cases, and I think they're finally just really cracking down. So the time for these 10 excuses and hoping things go away may not work. It may work for you. It's up to you. Again, we offer a low flat rate fee. Here's my 0.6. Low flat rate fee, designed to fit most just about any budget. That's why we handle a lot of cases. We do all these things for you. You can review it. You can do it yourself. Like I always tell people, you can get in and change your own spark plugs too, but, is that how you want to spend your time? Or do you want to stick to your highest and best use? Remember a real estate law principle? Stick to your highest and best use we can take care of the rest. Here it is, point 7, fill out the contact form. That's it, SolidWorks, quick video. Here's the blog to look for at attorneysteve.com if you're looking for it. It's my latest one. That's SolidWorks Updates 2022 in a nutshell. And this is general legal information only, not legal advice. Have a great weekend. Got to be back. I got some great videos. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're going to shoot for 50,000 subscribers this year. I've got a lot of great videos coming your way. You're not going to want to miss some great legal education. I don't care what area of law you practice in. Great legal principles coming your way. AttorneySteve.com, the first name in legal services. Bye now.